Hello, geometry students. In this warm-up, a review of dilations, including scale factor, and also a review of similarity. So this first question says AB is 3 units long. AB is dilated by a scale factor of K equals 2.25. That's probably going to be some important information. What is the length of the new line? Basically, all I'm going to be doing is multiplying. So A prime, B prime, segment. Actually, I don't need the segment over the top if I'm referring to the actual length. With the segment over the top, it refers to the segment itself, but the measurement, you don't need the segment. It's just going to be equal to 3 units times the scale factor. That's the idea of a scale factor, is you just multiply it. So this new one will be 6.75. And units. Just multiply. A triangle has the following vertices. If the triangle is dilated through the origin, that's good, because that means all I have to do is multiply. With a scale factor of 0.5, what are the images? So you start with the pre-image, 2, -3. To that, I'm going to multiply everything by 0.5. So 2 times the scale factor of 0.5, and -3 times the scale factor of 0.5. Because this is centered at the origin, you don't need to worry about, you don't even have to have a picture of it. Of course, 2 times 0.5 is half of 2, is 1, and half of -3 is -1.5. G prime. Same thing for H. You just take -6, 2, and multiply both of those by 0.5, or divide by 2. And J, whoops, 0, 4. Half of 0 is 0. Half of 4 is 2. Those will be the coordinates of the image after that dilation with a scale factor of 0.5. Determine the scale factor. Of course, you remember the scale factor is no. You take a measurement from the new, you put it over the corresponding measurement from the old. The main thing is you just need to make sure you would know which one is the new and which one is the old. These look familiar. I believe I've done these in a previous one. So the new on this one is the one with the primes. So I'm going to take 3, put it over 12. It should be the same for all of them. And they are all 0.25. And just for the record, that is a reduction. Because K is less than 1. Over here, K is greater than 1. I'm going to take something from the new, put it over the corresponding from the old. It should be the same for all 3. And it is. All 3 of these are 2.5. Because that number is bigger than 1, this is an enlargement. And once again, I'll point out the center of dilation is the point where the intersection, where all these lines intersect. This picture is messed up. It's not perfect, but you get the idea. All right, dilate the image. I'm actually going to have to graph on this one. Dilate the image with a given scale factor through the center. Notice on this one, they're giving me a different point as the center. So my center is going to be located at 2, 5. So over 2, up 5 is going to be right here. That's the center of dilation, which means it's going to be going something like that. And I'm dilating it by half, so it means my answer is going to be somewhere in up here, I think. Let's find out. What I want to do is I want to say, how do you get from C to point A, for example? It's over 2 and down 4. Well, I'm going to cut those in half or multiply it by a scale factor of 1/2. That means my new point is going to be over 1 down 2. I don't like my picture getting cluttered, but there's going to be my new answer. This is going to be A prime. I'm going to do the same thing for B. How do you get to B? Well, to get to B, I went over 4 units and down 4 units. To get to B prime, I'm going to go over 2 units and down 2 units. There is B prime. Again, I don't want my picture to be cluttered. And I'm going to do the same thing for C. How do you get to C? Well, I'm going over 2 units and down, it looks like 6 units. So I cut both of those in half, or multiply by half. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then down 3. Here's C prime. And that should be my new figure. There it is. A prime. And like I showed earlier, you can see the center of dilation. I guess as long as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I will give the coordinates. A prime from the center, from the origin, which is right here, 1, 3. B prime from the origin, side to side, 0, up 3. C prime from the origin, side to side, 1, up 2. And I have no way of knowing those from a calculation. I must have a picture for that. All right, one more. Dilate. Oh, it just says determine the scale factor and find the center of dilation. So center of dilation is easy. You just connect these up as best you can, but be careful. Take a ruler if you need to. I've already messed it up. And take a ruler if you need to, and then connect up all these lines. I see approximately where it's going to be. There's the point right there. That is the center of dilation. And now find the coordinates for that. The center is located at -2, 1. Now the scale factor, from the center, from any point, because these are all on a diagonal, it's easier just to go ahead and look at your dilation at your center. So the original was, in this case, was 2 units from the center. Well, my dilation is 4 units from the center. That's a perfectly acceptable measurement. So the new one was 4 units over the old one, which was 2. Find numbers that you can actually use, and you'll see this is a scale factor of 2, which represents an enlargement. And that's that.